Hello everybody. Today we are going to cook the most delicious tomatoey spaghetti. It's the simplest thing to do, as you know. I only do things that are simple. It is going to be, first of all, we just need to fry some onions. I've got one red onion and one white onion, and that is going to go into the oil out of my favourite ingredient, as you know, is anchovies. So I've just popped in the oil from 1 tin of anchovies, and those tomatoes are just going to gently fry and just become a little bit soft. So while that is happening, I'm just going to chop up, I've only got a few fresh tomatoes. These are just going to be loosely chopped to add through at the end. Just going to give my onions a little bit of another stir. We're going to add, again, another one of my sort of quite favourite little ingredients, which is these fantastic char-grilled peppers. You get them in most supermarkets. They're in this sort of anti-pasty section, and they're just ever so slightly char-grilled. And there's some red ones and some yellow ones in there. And I'm just going to get my scissors and just loosely chop them up, like so. So once your tomatoes have softened a little bit, we're going to add the tinned tomatoes. The whole point with this recipe is that you can put it all together, and then you can just leave it to bubble very slowly, so that all the flavours really develop and make a really sort of good flavoured sauce. You can just pop a little bit of wine, swizzle that around in the tin, swizzle it into the other tin to get rid of, so you just don't waste any of the sort of tomatoey bits. Pop that in. We're going to add the tomatoes and the pepper. Pop that in there. Give that another really good stir, and as you can see, that's going to look really delicious. I'm going to put a couple of little squirts of some tomato puree in and stir that around. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit of pepper. Just go in there, and a little couple of teaspoons of salt. The other magical ingredient, which will make it fantastic, is the end of one of my jars of tomato chili jam. And this is just the most fantastic thing for adding extra flavour to things, particularly like tomato sauces. So pop that in. Add a little bit of basil and some garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. Go in there. So, and then we just give it another quick little stir around. And then the final ingredient will be just your anchovies, which just gives a really lovely, salty, ever so slightly, tiny little bit of a fishy flavour, but it just completely makes this dish. And once you've done this, all you need to do is pop the lid on and let it cook, and you need to let it bubble away. I think I might just pop a little tiny bit more wine into there, just so that it will sort of get a little bit runnier as it cooks, so it will be the perfect consistency at the very end. But that is it for now, and you just pop the lid on and put it into your oven, or put it onto the slow side of a hob, and just forget about it. And I'll come back when it's time to pop it onto the spaghetti, and I'll just serve it with some spaghetti and a green salad. Okay, welcome back. So it's been in the oven for about an hour. The flavours have really developed. It's cooked an awful lot, and as I've mentioned before in previous videos, you need to really cook to develop the flavours, particularly something like a tomato sauce. So it's come out, and I've taken the lid off, and I've just now reduced some of the excess liquid to create a really lovely sort of pasta sauce. Now I've just tried it, and I think that it'll just a little bit of balsamic vinegar in will just give it a little bit of sweetness, and will add to the overall flavour to sort of make it completely perfect. I'm just going to sort of just check it. Yeah, that just does it. So that is really it. And the final thing will be to add some herbs. So I will, as usual, get some of my coriander and parsley. And this is the thing that sort of goes in very, very last of all before you serve. Quickly pop that in, and I will cook the pasta, pop the pasta into the bowl, put the sauce on top, and Bob's your uncle.